Hi everybody in Destiny Dreams Land. It is so good to see you again. I can't believe this is already our second episode in our second series. We started off wonderfully with Miss Renee Gibbs, but now I get to introduce you to another good friend of mine. Her name is Tina Tucker Coggins. I met her a few years ago doing one thing, but she's doing something new that she's very excited about, and I'm very excited about it for her. So, everybody, get ready to meet my friend, Tina Tucker Coggins. Good morning.
Hi, Janine. Good morning. How you doing?
Hey, just here. I'm so excited to talk to you today.
I'm excited to be with you. Thank you for inviting me to S2E2. I'm so excited to be with you, and you're just such a promoter of other women, and I just appreciate you so much.
Well, to that, I can definitely say ditto. We just want to showcase you today. You know, I love you. And I'm trying to remember, do you remember how long it's been when we met together?
I think that, it's been some years ago because we met at the Colors of Islam Women's Conference that you and our friend Latan.
Hey, Latan.
Yeah, there's been so much good ministry come out of it, so the investment you guys have made people in first other conferences, ministry, and even been spurred on to do and be what God's called to do and be. So that was so fruitful and awesome.
Yes, definitely. It's so cool to see how that dream, that seed has just blossomed into so many other things. And one of the things that has come, I remember I met you doing one thing back then, but you're really excited in doing something new right now. So I would love to hear what's going on in your life.
Absolutely. You know, it's so amazing. You know, God puts the desire down in your heart. He connects it with something else and makes a story out of it in a ministry. It did not unfold the way that I thought that it would. It's even better.
All right.
I never planned or thought of. But yes, I am a Plexus ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. It's all natural supplements and processes. And I am very excited about what it has done for my own health and my life and added to the quality of my life. So I'm so excited to share about it today.
Well, awesome. We definitely want to hear about it. How is it that you sort of came to be associated with Plexus?
You know, my story or my background is I had a background of childhood obesity, and then that went into type 2 diabetes, asthma, also gallbladder disease, then also cervical cancer. I had bacterial and kidney infections on and off. And just recent, as 2 years ago, I had an abscess on the left kidney that was removed that left me with absolutely no energy. I recouped well, but I still had no energy. I had to have several naps during the day for, 6 months even out of surgery. So a friend, a pastor's wife, reached out to me and told me that she had started Plexus and suggested to me that this might be a good avenue for me. So that's how I got started.
Yeah, I sort of remember that time. I don't know exactly what was going on with you, but I just remember that you were pretty sick. You seemed to sort of disappear, and we were really worried about you, and we were praying for you. So it's so cool to see, even though that you were going through your valley, God was still there and still taking care of you, even though we weren't physically able to be there.
Absolutely. One of the things I would say just to encourage people when they are going through those times they didn't tell me during the time, but they said, Tina, we thought you were going to die. We were really worried about you. I got to that point where it was kind of life-threatening. So, my friend introduces me to Plexus, right?
Yeah.
Like most people that hear about multi-level marketing, they're like, no, I don't want to sell anything. That's not going to work for me. And so the first time she approached me, I said, nah, thank you, but no thanks. Kind of what I did. So, about a month later, I said, God, I really need some energy. Help me. And he's like, I sent you a boat. Hop in. I called my friend back. And I followed up with a month and said, I'm going to try this for a month. I did it to support my friend and just kind of appease her. And I knew it would be something I could check off the list and say, okay, I helped my friend. It didn't work, yada yada. That's kind of how I got started.
Sounds a little familiar, because that's the same thing. That's the same thing that I did. I remember when you asked me, but again, it wasn't anything pressured or anything like that. It just sort of came along in conversation, I believe. And when you mentioned it to me, and I was like, oh, here goes. I've heard different things before. And again, I was like, I said no myself. But then afterwards, just seeing you really blossom and seeing your excitement and just seeing what God was doing in your life, I just wanted to plant a seed into you, really. So I was just like, okay, I'll go ahead and again, I'll just sort of do what you asked, and you said to be consistent for 3 months and all of that good stuff. And I thought I was going to be able to sneak out of it after that, but needless to say, that did not happen. So I'm so thankful that you introduced me to Plexus and got me started on my journey as well.
Well, thank you so much for coming along with me and taking a chance on me, taking a chance on the product and the company and everything. And I am so thrilled that you are with me. And I'm going to tell you, I'm so glad that my friend stuck with me. It takes friends, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Sometimes and just give us a little push. But yeah, Kayleen, she got the products to me. And within 3 days, Janine, I felt a little different. I felt a little more energetic. I genuinely thought that was in my mind. I thought this is a new thing and I'm excited maybe about it.
Right.
But with 3 weeks, I had really good energy. And within 3 months, I feel better than I did in my 20s and my 30s.
Wow.
And very real and authentically can say that it's a very good product. It really is.
Yes, I mean, it's just so when you're talking about friends and everything, it's amazing how just becoming part of the journey, all of us in the same boat. It's like people came out of the woodworks. I got this whole new network of Facebook friends, just very positive, like-minded. It's just been a wonderful, wonderful journey. Again, that's all that I can say. It's a journey. When you're talking about how it made me feel, I remember I used to come home bushed. I was so tired after working throughout the day and being a medical doctor, taking care of people on the job and then trying to come home and care for my children, and just didn't feel like I could do that. But I know what you mean about within a few days. I mean, it was just like I noticed, oh my gosh, I'm awake at the end of the day. I was like, this is what it feels like to be awake after 5 p.m. It's like there's still life out there. And just being able to be up with them, talk with them, afterwards read, exercise, all of those good things. I'm just so pleased. I am very, very pleased. And I've only been on it for 2 months. So I'm looking forward to the next amount of time and to see how things continue to progress. So again, I'm just so very thankful. I wish I could be able to tell. There's so much about it to be able to say, which we can't obviously do all today. However, is there a way that people can be able to contact you to be able to find out more?
Absolutely. I just want to encourage you. It is a faith-based business. I want to let you know that they have 18 different products that can help with any from digestive issues to weight loss, things like joint pain, that kind of thing. Some of my friends are experiencing great success with that. Anything like creams that will help the skin issues, anything like that, even multivitamins for the family that are really friendly, good, and easy to use. So if you want more information about it, that's no pressure. I'm not going to pressure you. You don't have to self-Plexus, although, like Destiny, you're going to feel so much better. You're going to want to tell somebody.
Yes, definitely.
If you're interested in it, reach out to me. My name is Tina Coggins. I'm on Facebook at Tina and Tucker Coggins. My phone number is 601-260-0715. And also my email address, all lowercase, tina.coggins@gmail.com. I would love to hear from you and hear what your story is and see how we can help both your health issues and just improve the quality of your life. Also, you're going to get prayer and you're going to get great support, like Janine was talking about from other friends that you didn't even know you had out there. So I can't say enough good about it. I'm just so proud to be a part of it and the bigger picture.
Definitely. I can definitely say you're going to get a lot of support, and especially from you. Oh my goodness. You make sure to respond to everything. If I send an email, if I send a text, if I send Facebook, I mean, you always make sure to remain connected. And I most of all appreciate whenever you do contact me. How can I help you? How can I pray for you? I mean, it's just such a wonderful thing. And so I love you, my friend, my sissy friend. I'm so excited about what God is doing in your life, what he's going to continue to do. Elevation from silver to gold is what I'm hearing. Obviously you have come forth as pure gold, so that is definitely coming in your life. But again, I just thank you so much for even this little bit of time of being on Destiny Dreams. We are so honored to have you. Lord willing, we'll be sharing more in the future with what is coming up. But just know that I love you and I say thank you.
Thank you. I love you too. I so respect you, and I just appreciate so much your testimony and for sharing your story and being willing to even support me and my business. I'm not surprised by it. You're just awesome.
Oh, well, thank you. And people in Destiny Dreams Land, I told you that I was going to have a special today, and this is a special. This is a treat. Obviously, Tina said that I met her initially in worship at the Colors of His Love Women's Conference. But what we want to do is to be able to end the program today in worship. I want you to be able to listen to my friend. She is one anointed songbird for the Lord. So like she said, worship is warfare, but it's also just beautiful, just getting into the presence of God. So if you wait for just a moment, we will have Tina come back, leading us into worship and ending today's episode. And we look forward to seeing you again next time. Bye-bye.
Change me now, never let my heart grow cold. Change me somehow, purify this needy soul. Look into my heart, tell me what you see. Cleanse me when you find any wicked way in me. With your tender touch, Lord, I need you so much to change me now. Friends, thank you so much for joining us on Destiny's Dream. God bless you.